Even though it feels like an eternity, it's only been 3.5 years since there was a new G.I. Joe figure on the pegs, but that was enough time for fans, collectors, and YouTube toy show hosts to conclude that Hasbro had no plan, no ideas, no path to bringing the line back or making it relevant to today's audience. Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and G.I. Joe is back. As the reports of a third movie to follow 2009's Rise of Cobra and 2013's Retaliation subsided, as release dates shifted and juggled, it became clear that the brand was temporarily closed for renovations. Without a new film in theaters, an animated series, or a major console game, a new figure line seemed unlikely. A brand like G.I. Joe rarely exists in a vacuum, even in this era of collector-focused action figures. But G.I. Joe never gives up, and neither did some of the fans. Faith, trust, and patience are rewarded as a reboot of the film series approaches. Snake Eyes is set for release this October of 2020. And there's a new mobile game called G.I. Joe War on Cobra to keep interest level moderate until then. But most importantly, Hasbro announced a new line of 6-inch scale action figures that will straddle the line between movie and updated classic-inspired designs. Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, Destro, and others. The first figure put up for sale, the first figure to ship, was an online exclusive version of Snake Eyes. The only way to acquire it was to order it directly from Hasbro Pulse, the in-house Hasbro retail outlet that puts fans first. This version of Snake Eyes comes packaged in a standard size box, which includes 2 alternate hands, a backpack, a sheath, a knife, a handgun with silencer, his signature sword, and an Uzi submachine gun. That standard size box, the one that is likely to be on shelves if this line hits mass retail, is then set in a bed of foam, along with additional ninja weapons like axes and sais, and a weapons rack for all of those additional weapons, decorated with an incredibly detailed relief sculpture. That foam bed is covered with a sketch printed on parchment-like paper depicting a wolf and a dragon, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow's swords crossed behind them. The whole package then set inside a heavy, solid black box with that same wolf and dragon image printed in glossy black ink, giving it a high contrast, embossed look and feel, protected by a black slipcover with the G.I. Joe logo. It is a high-class, premium elite packaging presentation, fully wasted on a collector like me who is only in this for the figure itself. Please, Hasbro, I beg you, as part of your new alternative/reduced packaging initiative rolling out this year, give me a white mailer box option, a brown paper bag option. I am going to feel so guilty throwing this box in the recycle bin, but I am absolutely going to do it because I do not collect boxes. The figure itself is a gorgeous update to the classic styling, a sampler of elements from the last 40 years, plus fresh new details that might not have been included if this figure were 4 inches instead of 6. It takes advantage of all the articulation improvements rolled out on other Hasbro lines like Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, and Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Some of the plastic is a bit soft, easily overlooked given the range of posability. Nice to have alternate hands included. Would have been nicer to have an alternate Commando-inspired head as well. And while all those additional weapons in this exclusive version are cool, a little paint would have gone a long way. It reminds me of the end of the original line when Hasbro stopped taking the weapons off the manufacturing sprues altogether. And, you know, there are multiple elements throughout this packaging presentation suggesting that there might be one other thing included.
Is something missing?
Yeah. A wolf. Look, the aesthetic of this Snake Eyes is not my ideal vision of Snake Eyes, but it's real good and it's real close. As far as I'm concerned, if we can keep him on the shelves, there will be lots of different variations, and eventually they'll nail my picky personal preferences. Whether you like Snake Eyes, whether you like this Snake Eyes, the chance that your favorite Joe will get made just went up like 11 billion%. I'm not good at math. Power Rangers Lightning Collection just started in 2019, and they've already covered 28 different characters. 28 releases of G.I. Joe would put me into characters that I would really have to stop and think about. I know what my top 10 wants are after Snake Eyes, but what is my 27th want? Dial tone? Can you imagine me sitting here a year from now talking about a 6-inch dial tone figure? Ultimately, this is Snake Eyes. I'm glad to have him back regardless of the specific interpretation. If Optimus Prime has taught us anything, it's that if you can just keep him in circulation, your favorite version is potentially just down the road, maybe even next year. This is a welcome, exciting release, a figure that I have personally been hoping to add to my collection since long before it was ever announced. Years of looking at my Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, hoping that someday Hasbro would introduce a compatible Snake Eyes and the rest of the Joes and Cobras. I don't know if a regular version of this figure is ever going to be on mass retail shelves. I think so. I don't know if you'll ever find one in the wild. I hope so. But if you do see it, buy it. And if you see two, leave one for the next collector. Always gotta check. Thanks for watching. Please hit like, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much to those of you who already are. If you're in the position to help the channel grow, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy or become a channel member at youtube.com/toygalaxytv/join. Both Patreon and YouTube channel membership have the same exclusive content, so choose your own adventure. Please share this video and let us know in the comments down below if you're ready for the return of G.I. Joe at every level. Action figures, movies, video games, cartoons, posters, coloring books, t-shirts, hoodies, cereal, novelty cakes, toothbrush, plush dog toys, protective cell phone cases. I think there's more.